talk football and current events. Sitting and chatting with the very best guests. With two Scottish boys and we're loving it. So if you like witty banter, check the former #1 podcast on iTunes. Sitting and chatting.
Hello and welcome back to Sitting and Chatting podcast. First time, I'm Whyte.
I'm Jamie Allan.
We did have 3 minutes of lovely footage recorded. As you'll see in a wee minute why. It was a very, very nice way to start the podcast. Files that got corrupted, kind of, so having to redo all this again. So
we're a couple of honest guys.
We are, yes. We debated about faking it, but we said not the Sitting and Chatting audience.
I wouldn't even say it was a debate, because we're such honest gentlemen that we said we're not faking this. Anyway, for what we're talking about is, I got Liam a gift.
A very lovely gift, very thoughtful.
A beer at Sheep Shagger's Gold. Very fitting for the Sheep Shagger himself.
Take it with pride.
So he did receive his wee gift. It was a good reaction, very wholesome reaction. But the file corrupted, which was it's always great news. But needless to say, he's happy with the gift.
Very happy. And come the Christmas special of the podcast, this will be getting whapped out and enjoyed.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, hopefully both of you may drink it. Surely this, because last year we missed out because you were basically on death's dares by that point.
It was bad news.
But hopefully this year we should be on enough. We might even be able to time it well for the World Cup final if we're lucky.
That'd be nice,
Yeah, so judging by the title, as most of you will have clicked on this is going to be quite a bit of a football themed podcast.
It's very football related, however, like I say, as in the previous recording. It's going to be about 25-30 minutes worth of usual class content, shall we say. Mm-hmm. And then it might go to the footballing aspect, so if you're here for the football, stay tuned, it will be there. I've got a question for you, though.
Go on.
What's this?
Well, this. Well, I was going to get into this in a wee bit, but every World Cup needs its mascot, right? You know how there's always been as well, notably, like in previous World Cups, there's Paul the Octopus.
Yep.
Predicted the finals. Dynamo as well predicted the final successfully. I thought it was time for Sitting and Chatting to get its own wee mascot for the winter months that can predict the World Cup. Okay. So we've got the Mystic Penguin. I think Marvin. I think his name. Marvin the Penguin.
Is that mutual or Marvin?
I mean, what would you call him?
No, I'm happy with Marvin.
Happy with Marvin. Marvin the Penguin will be here to predict all the World Cup predictions going by. He's clearly a genius, as you can see with that big fucking 5 feet.
Welcome, Marvin, to the show.
I know, more appearances this season so far. Dylan doing well.
On a side note though, TikTok.
Oh yeah, TikTok.
Right, just rapid. The today of the recording is the Tuesday the 15th, giving away our terrible schedule. Tuesday the 15th of November, approximately 5 minutes past 6.
You're very out there now if I take a while to upload this. I mean, I have to upload it by the 20th, but...
I was looking at the TikTok kind of algorithm, so to speak. Briefly, don't get me wrong. I googled one sentence.
I was going to say, man went out with a lab coat.
No, I googled their heaviest usage is a Tuesday and a Thursday, so and Saturday night, which I get the Saturday night, but the rest of it also.
It's just because there's nothing on those days, isn't it?
Aye.
You're just sitting around.
I mean, Champions League and Europa League, and then Saturday everybody's out in the boozer, so it's a free night. I would have thought that wouldn't it be anyway. So potentially the night is the first clip getting uploaded to TikTok. So if
stick around and watch. That's all in Jamie's hand. This is the first part of the podcast that I have literally no involvement in.
I've also got myself a wee spare phone to run it.
Like that. Jay's got a nice wee not promotion, a nice wee extra for his
benefit. So that's happy.
Speaking about that, actually, because for those that probably know, because they've watched the 112 episodes that we've done or whatever, being that you work in a phone shop and that, what's like the rules on that? If you like drop it and fuck it, do you have to pay that in your pocket?
But technically I'm liable. That's all I'm saying.
Technically. What are you going to say? Got mugged off yet?
No. Technically I'm liable. The rest I can disclose to you off camera.
So this will be what's getting happened.
It's what they call in the modern day a loophole. But it's very much I am reliable for that for that device, but that device will be used purely for business.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And the sitting and chatting TikTok.
Yes, business.
This is
so
the
no,
real business.
I'm excited for it though. To be fair, you get it started and hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, but I'm genuinely like I was quite happy because I mean that's someone that doesn't use TikTok. I have downloaded it. I haven't set up an account yet, but I will for tonight if you're uploading them. But I genuinely was really happy you said you want to do that because it's weird. I'll tell you what, it feels very fucking weird not being a part of the setup of something to this. It feels weird giving over control, but it's nice as well at the same time.
I've as you probably know, I've recruited Dylan onto it. He's an editor for
the third host.
For a third host is the editor for the TikTok, so it's
He's getting paid the big bucks for this.
Yes, he's getting all 3 pence.
Don't be so kind.
No. But no, it's exciting. But stay in the lookout for the TikToks. They'll be there.
A couple of bits of housekeeping as well just before we start. Just because it's actually a day. Congratulations to previous guest Connor and Alba. Today just got engaged over in France in Paris.
Been there.
Did you? Where were you in Paris?
Oh
yeah, you went. Yeah. Was that actually in Paris or was that on the
No. The wedding wasn't in Paris, but obviously you land in
Charles de Gaulle and all that.
Horrible place. Very, very, very bad.
So you're saying God done a pure job proposing this?
No, it's a nice place for that, isn't it? But it's one of those ones. So I will say this. It's how do you put it if it's in horrible? It's one of those cheesy ones, isn't it?
Okay.
It's in front of the Eiffel Tower, the fucking shite, right? It's no shite, but it's stereotypical cheesy.
Yeah.
I think it's great though, irrespective to who it is or what it is. But the idea of going to Paris and that happening is nice, regardless of how cheesy stereotypical it is. But it's one of those ones, like if you say to me, Connor proposed to Alba today, guess anywhere in the world it would have been. I genuinely would have said Paris.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said in front of the Eiffel Tower, but I would have said in France.
Aye.
Heritage,
I mean, obviously it helps because she was born there. So more of a,
But congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
I'll need to find them a message now because obviously it's news to me.
News to me.
Aye.
Well, I mean, should I say? Fuck, I'm gonna say. Connor did pre-warn us that he was going to do this before he went away.
That's fucking scary news.
But to be fair though, he did tell us he was 100% confident she would say yes. So at least you're that confident she would say yes. Because to me, there would always still be like the 10% down, no matter how long you've been with someone. But he was just like,
knows his packet.
Yeah,
clearly. It's always a winner chicken dinner.
And then second bit of housekeeping, interesting bit for you. Might finally have some competition. News from up north, Dundee specifically, might be that there's
that big fat bastard.
News might be that there's
big dirty fat bastard.
News might be that there's, even though he doesn't want to call it a podcast, there might be a new podcast on the scene.
That big fat bastard.
Imagine there's finally a rivalry for sitting and chatting with Vin Claude.
Is it that big fat bastard?
Is Fergus Coyne.
Big dirty fat bastard. To be fair,
I do not condone his language.
To be fair, I like the idea of that. I think he's got the persona for it. He's just
He does. He's adamant it's not going to be a podcast. I went, why? And he went because I don't want to be a podcast.
Just briefly, actually. You maybe never watched it, but did you see any of the highlights of the Deji Mayweather situation?
Nah, I didn't actually. I maybe watched
it. Me, Dylan, and that were watching it on Discord, right? The fighter
paid for it legally, of course.
Yes. The fighter for it was obviously Tommy Fury and
I saw him and Jake Paul. It was
fucking John Fury, wasn't it? So, but it was like about an hour and a half between the fights because like there was a lot of disputes backstage. It genuinely felt like I was watching a podcast. Like I'm not even kidding. It was fucking dire, man. They were just talking and talking and talking.
Did Mayweather knock him out, or did it go to the points? Or
He got stopped. He got stopped in the second or third round.
out of what?
Honestly, don't know. Deji was in the corner. He was taking a few shots, but he held his guard up. So I mean, and then the ref just cut in the corner and stopped it. So I mean,
He was scared that Mayweather would pull his back. Another shot.
but there was a few disputes. Deji's video is actually pretty good to go watch if you've got 10 minutes. Just watch a part of the video. He speaks on the disputes, so to speak. But it was a shite fight, utter shite. The whole event was shit.
Who could have guessed?
Exactly. But aye, it was just I felt like a podcast. I felt like I was watching a podcast. Now, if Fergus does, then good luck. Yeah, that's
Yeah, nah. Do you know what? Honestly, I want the competition. You know, because sitting chatting for too long have been ruling the airwaves. You know, unchallenged.
very much.
Right, about time we have a challenger take
Well, I
place.
will take a square go. Yeah.
Easy. Not podcast related, but yeah, just in general.
Aye.
We'll drive up there now and square go you.
Lovely. A couple of wee bits of housekeeping. That's ideal. That.
Onto the wall.
Aye, we'll fucking do the quality straight one.
So for those that are maybe new or have forgotten, if you're an audio-based listener, maybe want to go to YouTube, we've got the Quality Shout Wall here now behind us. So basic premises, each week me and Jamie will pull out 5 random topics, and basically we have to decide how quality or how shite they are. Further down to the left they go, the shitter they are. The higher to the right they go, the better they are. It's the general kind of idea of it.
Yeah.
I'll let you start.
I start.
Aye, that's
How's
privilege.
generosity? Does it get more blue tack?
I did, there's blue tack in there.
Well played.
I prepped, so.
Rally driving is our first topic for today.
Now, recently this year I've gone back to the old F1. I've started watching again, probably
Nice.
for the first time since I was 15. Now,
I like that.
rally driving. See when you just see if you're to take all forms of motorsport, right, and see if you're just to like watch them just like off of pure highlights alone. Rally, I think, probably has the best highlights. In terms of the most entertaining, because it's on often loose, like gravelly surfaces. You'll see probably not the best way to promote it, but you might see also the best sort of like crashes as well.
The most drama.
Yeah, it's also quite budgety. It feels like you know, just kind of, or at least back in the day, I would have said it feels like anyone could have kind of taken part.
Yeah.
Feels quite raw with how close the spectators are. But I'd have to say I haven't watched it in a very, very long time, despite all the good things it produces.
Right. I must admit, I'm no massive on it at all. To be honest.
Not at all.
Nah. The whole idea of like the cars coming out and flying just above people's heads and shit.
Cool as fuck.
It doesn't interest me. It really doesn't. I don't get an adrenaline rush. I just think it's.
I think you would if you were there.
Maybe. I mean, aye, but as a general rule, watching the telly, I feel like it's pish. It's like watching cricket, isn't it? So.
I think it's a bit more exciting than cricket
it's-
to me.
Maybe a bit more than cricket, granted. I'm firmly in the shite category here, I must admit.
Really?
I'm not a fan. I mean, I'd happily partake in the middle section here, purely because I've not really got an opinion on it, but my opinion would be I wouldn't watch it.
I think, yeah, I'm of the opinion that it has to go kind of middle, because I don't think it's shite personally, but if I also did enjoy more, I'd watch
Will
it.
we lean more on the shite side?
We'll go just here as that's the way you wanted to put it, but I don't think it's...
The way I see it is we can't do this, but we're going to. I'd rather drive a Lambo or I'd rather fucking go to the cinema, so...
You always put these...
Why are these so fucking big, by the way?
Oh my god, stop having at me.
We're going to do that, right? Like that, lovely. See? Happy days.
That's brilliant.
Like that. Look.
The board is actually getting quite full, to be honest.
So we're going to need to invest in a new method.
Well, thankfully it's pre-prepped.
Yeah, this is true. Big
Yeah.
fan of Lamborghinis. Now when I see it next to the rally car. Nah, right, on you go. Choose our second topic of that.
Oh, GameCube.
This is history right here.
History. Now, did you have one?
Never had one personally.
Yeah,
Played
I never had one. I think it was just kind of before Years of Mine time.
Yeah, played them.
Was the GameCube the one? Oh no, that was the NES, wasn't it? GoldenEye, or did you get?
No. Aye, you're right.
I want to Google what games you got on the GameCube because I'm actually struggling to remember.
The GameCube was the GameCube was a little black, like the little black SD cards. It looked like.
Yeah.
Those were the games that you had for it.
Let's see what we got here.
Played it at my grand's.
Super Mario, that's kind of the main ones. Mario Kart, Metroid, Metal Gear Solid, Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, no, actually, to be fair, there's quite a lot of good games in here. How long were they making games for, by the way, though? Because this looks like they're fucking still going until recently. Well, not recently, but... Fuck, it only launched in 2001. I thought it was a 90s console. I didn't realise it was...
See, the thing is, because of your generation, PS1, PS2, Xbox, they were on near that time as well. So
you automatically kind of think towards those ones because those are the ones that survived.
But these were here. You know something? I'd need to phone my mum or dad and ask if I did have this, because see, the more I look at it, the more I think
you did have one now.
I know I played it for sure.
For me, right, okay, so good titles on it. Obviously, a bit of history, which, you know, as you look at kind of the wall, history kind of does reasonably well because we're all bastards. But I would say, for me, it doesn't come near, like, PS2 or, like, PlayStation or that regard.
No, I must
but it's still good, so I'd be willing to kind of put it around here-ish kind of area. Sort of, like, halfway through quality.
That's right.
You fucking... What are you doing, man?
Fucking folding it so it's no fucking...
It's fine, it doesn't matter.
Try to keep us a bit of fucking space on the wall, man.
We're fine. That's fucking vile, honestly.
You're fucking vile. Fucking put it on the wall, yeah.
You happy with that?
Aye, that's fine, aye. The good old GameCube.
Up to you.
Right,
Numero 3.
Right. This is something I've never done.
Oh, go on.
Moving house. So this is
technically
no.
I mean,
never. So this is firmly your topic right
here. Right, moving house.
I'm talking upshift, move, all your shit, all your belongings, one gaff to one other.
Right, I'm going personally off of my own experiences in this, because what I would say, right, in my head is, right, say if tomorrow, right, I won £1 million, say, right, and I could take my time, buy a house, I could take how long ever I wanted to move in, there was no time constraints, I could plan everything the way I'd want it. I think it could be quite an enjoyable process, actually thinking about how you want everything to kind of be around the house.
Yep.
If you have an unlimited budget, you can plan how you want everything to look, etc. However, going off of what most people's forms of moving are like, I think it's considered the third most stressful thing you can do in your life. Yeah. So, in terms of moves for me, I've had 2 very easy ones and 2 absolute bollocks. Moved from my mum's to my dorm room. Totally fine. I think I'd done that in about 2 hours. Just filled I think the car up twice full of stuff and then drove it there. Yep. And then again moving from my dorms to my first flat, it was 100 yards away. So, and it was furnished, that flat. So it was very easy to move everything across. Done that within about a day. Then the next problems came. So then we had literally 1 month to move between our second flat and our third flat. Fucking nightmare today. Thankfully found somewhere in time, and we didn't have to be furniture, which made it a wee bit better, but like getting everything ready and prep going on. And then the worst one by far, this most recent one to hear, because we had to move all the furniture in as well. So that was a full month's worth of prep, just getting everything like boxed and fucking funneled in. And then the day that we moved in here, we only had the guys for like 2 hours, so I had to help them move everything to the truck and then go to work, and then you get it all here and then you're unpacking for fucking ages, sorting out your Wi-Fi, your electric and all that. It's just it's a miserable experience for most people.
For me, it's something I've obviously never done, but it's something I genuinely believe that I'd I despise.
It's that thing of like, see if you're, as I said, see if you're moving into somewhere that's already furnished, right?
Yeah.
I'd say you're golden, because at the end of the day, you need like clothes, you need like, you know, the odd bits and pieces, the odd heavy bit of equipment, but apart from that, you can probably do it in a day. Say the second furniture's involved, it's a fucking disaster. And I hate it. I know. Honestly, I'd say put it as low as it possibly can do, because there's nothing really that can come good from it. Yeah, that's fair.
Just as bad as Xboxes.
Yeah. Not as bad as Rubik's Cube, so.
Fair enough, aye. Fair enough, right, it's on to you. For our fourth topic. Aye, like I said, the idea that it fucking fucks with my head, I'm like, no chance.
Sorry, James going to stay with his parents until he's
Fuck
49.
it. Fuck it, keep it easy.
Soup.
Oh.
You're not a fan of soup?
Nah, it was just the fucking randomness of that topic that got me a bit uneasy. I thought you were going to say tomato soup, Heinz's tomato soup.
Nah, that's very fucking... We're going all soups. What is your favourite soup?
Homemade or like tin?
Either or.
Nah, see, it's going to be specific here.
Okay, let's go homemade then. What would be your...
Homemade.
Or like, what would your mom make? Yeah, that's good.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice soup is homemade, different fucking gravy.
Like potato, my granddad used to do. I love that shit. That was great.
With it.
Yeah, no.
Potato's got to be small though.
Oh yeah, no.
Small.
Yeah,
None of this fucking big massive tatties in the gaff.
Yeah.
None of that shit.
Takes up half the bowl.
Aye, fuck that. But Leighton tatty, good shit.
From a tin though, like, you know, with tomato, minestrone, Scotch broth.
No. Oh no.
You know like minestrone?
Oh, you're away down the wrong paths here.
You know like Scotch broth either?
No. See, to be fair, see, now you mention this, I think the only tin soup I'd have now is tomato.
Really?
I don't, no, like lentil and all that just doesn't, that doesn't sit well with me. Tomato soup in a tin, I can talk.
That is right. See, every time I think about soup, or I think about like ham soup, I'm like, that'd be really good. It's easy to make. You know, it tastes pretty good. And I go to do it, and I'm just like, it's just a big bowl of liquid. I want something actually stirred in.
You want something with
it's like you need like about 4 slices of bread just to go with it, just so that
make yourself full.
Yeah.
No, tin soup, considering the only one I would have is tomato. It's quick and easy, innit? But it's, when you're not well, a wee tin of soup can go down a treat.
Help, yeah.
But for me, it's still right in the middle. I'm no fussed either way of it.
Yeah.
But that says soup. So for me,
we're going all soup.
Homemade soup.
Yeah.
Something the quality for me. Fucking unreal. Your mom's
it's
homemade.
Kind of beyond chess, maybe.
I rate that. See, your mom's homemade soup, or maybe your granny's homemade soup. Fucking unbelievable, honestly.
Nice, yeah.
I like that. That's nice.
Lovely job, lad. Right, final one.
Right.
For the day.
Hopefully it's a bit up. And it's not.
Go on.
Tea and coffee.
Oh, weirdly, considering the amount we've done here, the fact we're only on here. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion you're the same as me when it comes to this. We don't drink it, do we?
No.
Me and Jamie are one of the very few. In fact, do you drink any hot drinks? Or are you the same as me? Because I can't drink hot drinks.
I can drink hot chocolate.
Okay.
And it's not my go-to.
I would never pick a fucking hot drink.
Do
your parents drink tea or coffee?
My dad drinks coffee on a reg. My mum doesn't really have it either, to be fair. My mum would have a cup of tea, but no, like, she wouldn't go and get it.
I think I've probably had maybe about 2 cups of tea in the last 5 years.
Right, okay, I thought you were going to say your life then. I was going to say a fucking cold bullshit there. Let me actually think about this. I had a hot chocolate about, tell you when, Costa brought out the Toblerone hot chocolate the other week for a Christmas menu. Had one then, right? Coffee prior to that, at least 2 or 3 months ago.
I don't think I've ever had.
I don't mind a coffee. I'm not an avid drinker. Certainly when I go to like Costa every day and all that shit. And I would never be sat in the house thinking, I could go a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. But sometimes, very, very rarely, I'd go, like maybe Taylor or something was going to Costa during our lunch break, but I pick me up a an Americano.
Yeah.
Get a wee bit of fucking tar in you and away you go. Didn't mind that, right? But very, very rare.
Yeah,
very
no,
rare.
I've never had coffee in my life.
And if I was having tea, I'd need to have about 6 sugars in it to make it fucking half decent. So, aye, for me, I'm not a fan at all.
Yeah, I feel like out of all the ones we've done, this might get a lot of hate, but I'm also quite happy with
Well,
that.
it's the most manufactured liquid in the world, isn't it? Other than, sold
Yeah.
liquid in the world is tea, isn't it?
It's just, I don't know, there's just something a bit overrated about it.
There's hundreds of teas, weren't there? There's chai tea, fucking green tea,
It's just like...
green tea. There's fucking loads of them.
It's just like, I'm sure it's great, and I'm sure there's some... I'm pretty sure there is something about it if like you have a hot drink on a cold day, it does actually cool you down. It sort of does regulate your temperature, but you know, you're telling me it's like honestly, there's times where I go out with my boss and that, it's like, you know, a lovely summer's day, 25, 30 degrees in Scotland. She's like, oh, what a cup of tea. Like, are you fucking mental here? Look
I
at
want a
it.
fucking cube of ice and I want a tongue.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, her partner Nick, like, see when we had the last heat wave, he literally sat outside for 6 hours, just sunbathing, didn't move, only to get a cup of tea every 2 hours. And I'm just like, how are you no dead? how are you not dead at this point? Yeah, nah. So for me, absolutely not, and I think it will be quite funny just to see how much folk complain about it. I wouldn't say all the way down the end, but
I'm happy with here.
Yeah, that's a right space, yeah.
Because of coffee, I can... Oh, the ball's dismantled. Oh, what's happened here?
It's all over.
Oh, stop recording. Oh, my Christ.
You can do it, Jamie. We believe in you.
Oh, my God. Technical difficulties. Dylan, TikTok this. Technical difficulties. And we're back.
And yeah, that's the quality shout one.
That was the quality shout. Mind that one time you said it wrong. You've never said it wrong since.
That's because of how much shit you gave me.
It's
just in my... Do you know what it is? Well, see, every time I go to say it, because I automatically, because it's shite first, I automatically go and say I have to stop myself. So Jamie will never fucking shut up about it if I don't.
Yes, it was a humorous time when you butchered it. There you go. That's been the quality shite wall.
Yeah, no, it's a staple of our show. Right, on to the main area, I suppose, for today then, unless there's anything else we're missing out on before we go into it.
No, everything I want to talk about is kind of football related anyway, so...
That's fine. So, La Football, the World Cup, the second World Cup that's happened during the Sitting and Chatting podcast.
Yes.
Think of all the glamorous locations it could have been, you know, think of all the, you know, maybe South American countries going back to its roots. Oh no, Qatar.
I mean, it's a glamorous location, isn't it? To some degree.
To some degree, yes.
I mean, it's better than Scotland.
I mean, they had to rebuild everything just for this fucking World Cup, so yeah. So, interestingly, see, before this World Cup, right, the most expensive one ever done was the Brazilian one back in 2014, right?
What World Cup?
Yeah. They spent £10 billion on that one, right? Guess how much they've spent in Qatar's World Cup?
Inflation, fucking easy triple. In fact, more than that. So what did you say, 10 billion?
They spent 10 billion in Brazil to get it right, which is the most expensive one up there. I think Russia they spent only like 6.
I'm gonna go 120 billion here.
120? Not too bad actually. 190 billion. 190 billion pounds.
That's disgusting.
Do you know what as well I found funny, I didn't realise, was apparently they're meant to build 12 stadiums, but they've only been able to build 8 in the time, even though they've had 10 whole years to be able to do this.
I know. And the fact that they've done 8 and 10 years and killed that many people is ridiculous.
So for those,
Netflix, by the way, just quickly, you see the thing?
I've watched it, but I mean, have you watched it?
No, yeah, I was going to ask you because obviously I was thinking we'd watch it. And,
yeah, I could have a look at it, but yeah, no. For those that don't know, Jamie's speaking about, there's a new Netflix documentary about FIFA,
I believe.
And very well timed, obviously, just before the World Cup coming out. I mean, there's the big, when was the FBI investigation? Was that 2016, 2017? Something like that. It was just before the Russian World Cup. But yeah, it's kind of backdating how Qatar, Russia and all them countries got it. when they shouldn't have.
Absolutely.
Let's not be around the bush here. Russia was also a poor choice probably for it to happen, especially now considering what's happening. But in credit to them, they managed to hide all their problems for about a month very smartly.
Yeah.
Will Qatar do the same?
Well, I'll go unscathed. 100%.
So, interestingly as well, so 180 million, right? So, it's also as well the shortest in terms of distance covered World Cups. So, it's only 90 miles in between the furthest stadiums.
I like that.
So, it's very close, in fairness, which is, I suppose. So, they said this is the first time that teams will just spend their entire time at one hotel rather than having to travel across.
Could you imagine it being in America?
Well, that's what the next one is. It's America, Canada, and Mexico, the next one. So you're talking like thousands of miles between each stadium, sort of thing.
You're travelling for days just to get to your next game, potentially. It's just absolutely pointless.
Yeah, considering as well the fact that we're mid-season as well, and I know players are technically should be at their fittest, you know, it saves a lot of, like you're saying, the travelling and indecisiveness in between.
It's a weird one.
I know, and then also as well, there's the problem with the sort of laws and what you're allowed to do, what not to do. So apparently, according to what, because I watched a wee panorama before this to get my knowledge in there. So apparently, a lot of people are asking, can you drink there? Apparently, yes, but there's only certain fan-designated zones in which you can drink. You can't drink in the stadiums, and you can't drink in the hotels. Yeah. So it's literally these wee fan parks, like similar to what like most countries do for the World Cup. And then if you're caught drinking outside of those, what they've said is they've got a sober jail, which is where they take you until you sober up and then you're released again. Yeah. But will it actually be that, or will you be locked away for 10 years?
It's a weird situation.
It's also as well one of 20 countries in the world where being gay is still, if being gay by man is still crime by jail. Which apparently they have said.
I seen the. I think I don't know if it was maybe an interview you've seen as well.
Yeah.
They interviewed. I can't remember who it was, and he was asked, "What if the gay men are walking down the street holding hands? What will you do?" And he pretty much said that they're welcome in our country.
Yeah, that's what they've said now. It's a question of will they honour their.
I think they will. I don't think they can afford the backlash, to be honest.
Or are they going to do like the whole secret police sort of style? To be fair, I think you might be right though. I think they probably will have seen from Russia because pretty much from what I've seen from like interviews and over there, is Putin basically went to like every sort, or not him, but he sent representatives to every like football hooligan firm in like Russia and basically said if you start any problems, basically your family's going missing. So I think you'll probably see some of the same, just like for 1 month, pretend that we're all okay with this, and then we'll go back to normal afterwards.
Definitely. They can't afford the backlash.
Do you know what it is? I can fully see in my head now, we're going to get to like January or February, whatever. There's going to be a story that comes out about two guys out there that held hands once in their hotel room and they got put in prison for 3 months or whatever.
They've just been returned to their families.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to be like, oh, and then Qatar come out going, oh, I'm sorry, big mistake.
We condemn this. 100%.
I mean, it's a load of fucking shite where let's be.
Are you excited for it though? Real talk. Are you excited for the World Cup?
Well, I said, like, genuinely, a bit of my moral compass is kicking in here. I feel like I shouldn't be. And it still feels weird to me that we're only, 4 days away? 5 days away? Yeah. It doesn't feel right, especially because, well, it's freezing cold outside. Yeah. But real talk, I love the World Cup. Like, because Scotland have never been at one since I've been alive. It's always the tournament I look forward to most compared to anything else. It's the only time that I ever love watching like fucking Qatar versus Ecuador's the first game. Like, I'm going to be at home watching that and like being like, yes, that is the shit I want
when
to
the goal goes in.
Yeah, no, exactly. But no, real talk, I love the World Cup. It's my favourite like tournament that you can get. I think I much prefer like the World Cup over like Champions League. I think there's a lot more. Genuinely, I don't get quality's nowhere near. But I love the fact that it comes around once every 4 years, and there's far more drama that comes with that than a competition that comes around every year as such. One thing I did, because this is an old story for the podcast, but I was thinking about this the other day, your birth actually coincides with a World Cup. Do you want to tell the story of for any new viewers?
I was born on the day of 11th of June 1998. Scotland were opening the World Cup to France.
Yeah, this is back in the day as well where like any team could
France,
play.
sorry, Brazil,
Yeah, to Brazil. This is back in the day as well where any team could open the World Cup. It wasn't the host nation that could do it.
So we were hosting the World, but they weren't hosting the World Cup. Sorry, we were opening the World Cup. Over the first game.
1.1 billion watching.
Aye, Scotland v Brazil. And there I was climbing through the one. Coming in.
I think we should specify your mum wasn't there in the stadium.
She wasn't there.
What about your poor dad though? What did he have to do?
The bastard was watching football and had to leave early and
never got to see Scotland play Brazil.
Have to come and see me.
The Brazil team that got to the final as well with prime R9 as well.
Aye, so I was born on the 11th of June 98, which was the day we were opening the World Cup to Brazil. Lost 2-1. Fun fact. Took the lead, I'm sure. Took the lead, and then they came back and beat us 2-1.
See if I was in the stadium right and I see that, I'm just getting a call like, sorry, I can't answer this right now. That's fine.
I mean, aye, it's fair, but that was
your dad's a better man than most.
that's the situation. That's what happened.
And very important to note, since then that was the last time we made it there as well.
Was I? See, you've been alive for one.
Yes, I was 1 month old. Well, and technically you were as well, because you would have been 1 week old by the time we would have been knocked out.
Yeah. So we've both been alive for one World Cup, and I will take that to my grave because it's the only World Cup we'll ever be alive for.
What are you talking about, mate? Mexico, America, Canada, we're gone there.
I think so.
Believe Jamie. Think of the travel expenses we'll spend on that one.
Aye, exactly. Blow up TikTok, fucking hell, so we can get fucking TikTok.
Exactly, yeah.
Blow up our TikTok, man, fucking for sure.
But yeah, nah. So, what about yourself then? You looking forward to it?
Aye and no. So like, it's there. I'm not a massive fan of the tournament like you are. Like, I don't mind it being there. Like, it's in this very moment, it's superb for the World Cup to come around because, domestic teams are doing horrid. So,
you're on a break from Rangers and Liverpool, aren't you?
It came at a prime time. Arsenal's top of the league, happy days, and Rangers are aye, better not speak. So it's
so you're going to be able to enjoy watching football without any conscience.
Yeah, definitely. So it's good and bad, and plus I'll get to watch it while at work because we're allowed to put it on the telly.
Still fucking raging about that.
So it's glorious times. So.
I might be coming over to it. I think I might need to come in tears for 2 hours during the England game on the Monday for sure.
So it's fun. It's exciting, and let's say it's felt like a perfect time for domestic reasons. But no, I'm excited. I just want to see it's the final World Cup with the biggest players we've grew up with. So
yeah, and then era for Ronaldo, Messi,
even other players, Thiago Silva, Neymar,
Modric,
Kroos probably as well.
Yeah.
So it's Neuer's last one. It's massive really. To be fair, it's it'll be exciting. Like Thiago's missing out, Firmino's missing out. Like what's his name? De Gea's not gone. So like there's so many.
And they're taking that fucking donkey of Charles instead of Firmino.
There's so many. It's so exciting for players that are going, and it's obviously disappointing for players that we actually want there. Like we wanted Firmino there, just because it's probably his last of our.
Yeah, and it's fully deserved as well. The season it's had, even if I'm not saying he should have started, but he should have been on the bench.
So
and I mean, Thiago, like his quality is undeniable. He should be playing for Spain.
And again, he wouldn't start because they've got a great midfield, and realistically, he's injury prone. So it's one of those ones. But
I'd still say take him anyway.
No, you take him, but maybe just doesn't start as well. Like Firmino just doesn't start every game. No, I'm excited. I'm leaning more on excited than what I'm not excited.
Oh,
so
good.
it's a good time. It's a good time.
So, first World Cup based game as such thing that we're going to do is our World 11. So, I've seen this on another podcast.
Are we doing it combined or are we doing it separate?
Can do it combined. We can do separate and then we can argue our points for each.
I say we do it combined.
Combined one, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So the way this works is basically 11 aside, obviously. However, you only get one player from each nation in possession.
Yeah.
So you can't have like two players from one
Lloris
nation.
and Varane.
Yeah, basically like that. So
Right, that's fair.
right, formation. I'm saying 4-3-3.
Okay,
That's what I want to
okay.
go for. You want to go for that, right? My goalkeeper. You want to start goalkeeper there? Yeah, for you, so that's my goal. My goalkeeper, I have said, Alisson. As we all know from the last podcast as well, the best goalkeeper in the world by far.
Again, it's arguable. I'm personally not going to go for Courtois. Like it's not a thing I would take. There's very much better players I would take out the Belgian side. I think we both know who, but and obviously Ederson would have been up there as well. But I do believe Alisson is a better keeper than Ederson.
So you're giving me
at this
Alisson.
very moment, he is. Alisson, aye.
So we're saying Alisson.
See what didn't help. See, after the podcast when we had our debate, Alisson went out and pulled that wonder assist off.
That's because I can the West about football. That's pretty usual.
Like I say, I'll concede Ederson because I'll not concede it. I would.
Or you start.
Aye, it would. Alisson would be the goalkeeper for me. And the whole no beard that doesn't want. He needs to get a beard back.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a separate thing.
Right, this.
Actually, we got to go left to right.
Left to right. Okay, so my left back, I went a wee bit out there.
Right.
And I don't actually know if he's injured or not at the moment, so we might need to check. I've got him with Alphonso Davies, Canada.
I think he is still injured. It's hard because it's the left back I chose. You maybe got a different player for this country.
Go on.
Theo Hernandez was one player I wanted to put the name in the hat for.
I'd be happy with Theo Hernandez because he is the best.
Great couple of seasons.
Yeah. I'd be happy to
massively improved.
Also, we're saying then no Mbappe, no Benzema if we do that. But
Aye.
I'm happy to concede and go for Theo Hernandez
That would be the boy I'd put a fight in for.
Okay. Now, centre back, I originally then had Saliba as my French.
I'm so glad I fucking chose Theo Hernandez if that's who you went for. Wow.
Listen, I'm going partly on form as well.
That's mad.
Right. So Theo Hernandez then at left back.
Okay.
So
the first centre half. Oh well, no. What you do is give me your other centre half first then.
Van Dijk.
Aye, I would concede that. I would happily say that. That's
Van
a fair
Dijk.
assessment. Although off form, massively.
Go on.
Like off form, Van Dijk, like he's not playing great at all.
Yeah, but I still think he'll come. I think it's so.
I feel like Holland in general need to be feared in this World Cup. Their squad that they took is pretty meaty. No, I'll happily over all the other players in the Dutch side though. Are you still content with Van Dijk?
I'd still take Van Dijk.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Right, I'll concede that. So then the second centre half that we're going to go with. Then.
So when you think you're someone else, then who can we go for then?
Well, who I'd originally thought of, right? Because I thought he's been
Harry Maguire.
I thought he's been great even since he's transferred as well as Rudiger
from Germany.
Yeah, I thought he's been brilliant. In fact, tremendous since he moved to.
Yeah, and he was great his last season for Chelsea as well, and I would potentially be happy with that. But I was going to say Kimmich at CDM originally. It's a question
I'll happily move for that Kimmich to.
You wanted Kimmich instead of
I'll happily stick with Rudiger over Kimmich, to be honest.
What's your reason?
I think there's better players in the CDM role.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay, right. So in which case then Rudiger. We'll go out and say right now. Right back.
This is controversial as fuck.
Right.
So I'm very interested to see who you're thinking of.
Oh no, you're not going to be a fan of this.
You're not Jason Trent. Are you joking?
It's fiction.
You're joking, aren't you?
No, fiction. Just so you can see. Well, look.
No, but you're no serious, though, right?
No, I'm being serious. Who else then? Go on, give me names. Because Reece James isn't fit, Kyle Walker's isn't fit. Who else were we saying?
Oh wow, you're actually serious.
I'm actually serious. Best right back in the world, believe it.
That's fucking outrageous. You think Trent is a bit...
Look.
You're mental, by the way.
Look,
See, in current form, right? I know I can't take him, right? But in current form,
yeah.
Jonathan Klaus.
What, from France?
France.
Yeah.
Far greater than Trent.
Yeah, he didn't even get picked in the end, I don't think.
I did.
Did he?
Aye.
I thought he got
Go
left
back
out.
going forward, better than Trent.
Okay,
Let me
right.
go forward,
Look,
that's
I'll admit Trent was my shaky position, but who are we picking at right back if it isn't him then?
Trippier. Trippier's in better form. Better form. You're telling me, right, the first England game, you're telling me Trent's getting in ahead of
I'd pick
Trippier.
Trippier, I'd pick Trent.
No,
I put Trippier
do
on
you
left
think
back.
it will happen?
No, absolutely not. No, I don't think
Right,
Trent will get a minute.
So based on form, Trippier goes in.
Based on form, yes.
Right,
But
so
also
we're
I think
agreeing.
Southgate's a one-blown Mongo as well. So
That doesn't matter. So we're agreeing Trippier goes in the squad over Trent.
I like how we're actually have all the right back talent.
Honestly, Denzel Dumfries is better than Trent as well at the moment. Again, we can't take him because we've took Van Dijk, but it's just
like normally I'd be able to argue this, but I will concede he has been great this year.
has he been great, bro? Fucking hell, you're mad.
See as well, by the way, Andy Robertson's only one off the Prem assist record for a defender.
He's better, is he not?
No, he's one now.
Oh, is it? I thought he's got the most assists than any other defender now.
Nah, he's one off. He's one off.
Is it? Are you sure?
It was the last time I checked. Maybe he's got it now. What, again, not.
Would you have a wee Google that? Double check that real quick. We're fact checking.
But if he is, then even better. Thanks for reminding me.
We're fact checking this here. I just want to fact check this here.
Like, who's your, whilst I'm Googling this, who's your CDM then, since you said this?
To be honest with you, I'm still kind of swithering with the right back. I just want to know if there's anybody from a different country that I was wanting to...
Well, I'm trying to think of other nations. Well, most nations don't have strong fullbacks.
Because, I don't... no, I mean, we'll stick with Trippier. We will stick with Trippier. Because I believe you're right with the whole no other nations have strong ones. CDMs. I'm going to put in a case for...
Oh, he's equalled them. He equalled them. Yeah,
right,
sorry, he's one more to go ahead, but yeah.
Um,
Best left back of all time, thank you.
Come out of Dundee. So I'm going to go Fabinho, right, is better than...
But we can't take Fabinho.
No, we could. Oh, no, we
We
can't.
picked Alisson.
Oh, we did pick Alisson.
That's the hard one. Canny hasn't gone.
We can't pick him anyway.
Yeah, because of France. With Theo Hernandez.
I can't concede it now that I've took Rudiger.
What about Partey from Ghana?
It's a rogue shout.
I mean, I've certainly not picked any other Ghanaian players.
Duncan as well is pretty good. He comes for there as well, you know, the midfielder. Partey's not a bad shout,
We'll put him in for now. If we think of someone else, we'll take him out. But
I'm just going to have a wee look through the squads real quick.
Right. Straight away, should we just get this one over and done with? KDB.
Oh, for sure. He's a Belgian boy.
And then for my other centre mid, I've gone Pedri.
Aye, that again.
He fucking ripped up Euro 2020, by the way. He was
super.
unreal that entire time. He was just fucking Xavi 2.0.
Yeah, no, I agree fully, 100%.
So then forward line, I have... Do you want me just to give you my three?
It's mad, right, because obviously forward line, you would have thought we would have had a Brazilian and a Frenchman in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would have. Naturally, most people probably would,
Yeah.
but
Right,
not us.
Right, give me your left winger then.
Left winger, Son.
Yeah.
He has had a bit of a shitter this season, though, I will say.
Firmly by the team, though. Right, okay, right.
Striker, Lewandowski.
Right, okay.
Right, Matt Messi.
No Ronaldo.
He's got one goal this year. Why would I pick him?
It's an outrageous statement, to be honest.
But he's got a very poor World Cup record as well.
The only person I disagree with is Ronnie has to be in the squad over Son, to be honest.
You'd put Ronaldo, so you'd have a front three of Messi, Lewandowski, Ronaldo.
Don't get me wrong.
That's a horrific front three to try and actually play football. But I suppose that's not the aim of the game. Really? But why are you picking him though? Because I know it's his last one, but like, do you think he's? You're talking about the whole form thing. You're giving me shit for Trent. He has been shit this year.
You can't claim that though. You can't claim that.
He scored one goal. He's faked injuries.
His interview with Piers Morgan will tell you the story as to why that's the situation.
But he doesn't make the team. Like, that's the problem that he doesn't realise, that he doesn't make Man United better. They literally play better without him now.
Hear me out, right? Liverpool's in a shit spot, right? Let's assume it's the board. Let's assume it's the manager that's causing this to happen.
Okay.
He puts his points across. It's not getting listened to, and he gets taken out of the squad for putting a point across. He's saying, look, we need to change it. When nothing's working, we're losing after losing after losing, and then all of a sudden, you put your point across, here's how we can maybe change it. And then you get disrespected, you get dropped, you get put out of the squad, and you get treated like shit for putting a point across to a manager who is power hungry.
But he's
Would you know rather, Van Dijk came out and says, I'm feeling betrayed now. As vice captain, I'm trying to put my point across on how we can improve, and I've been dropped out of the squad by Jurgen Klopp. Would you know rather he came out and said that, opposed to staying back in the shadows collecting a paycheck?
No, of course I'm fine with but there's ways that you go about doing it, right? So one, he missed the entire pre-season because he couldn't be arsed and he wanted to leave. Let's be real here. Well, what's the reason then? Why didn't he go to pre-season?
I can't give you the reason.
He couldn't be arsed.
You can't just say it's not because you can't just say that. Though.
Okay, fine then. Most logically, it's because he couldn't be.
But he's been away for the club 13 years, came back, and the Glazers still in charge, and he feels that the club's progressed in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and I can understand that. Do you know what? I'm fine with him doing that. I don't feel like there's anything necessarily wrong with him doing the interview. My problem is that he's refused to come on as substitutes multiple times now, not just once.
Would you want to play under a manager that's disrespected you and dropped you out of the team for no reason?
He literally, during the Man City game when they were fucking 4-0 down or whatever, he literally didn't bring him on and said, I respect him too much for his career, I wasn't going to do that to him.
That was publicity stunt, that, fuck's sake.
So hold on, so you're genuinely saying right now, Ronaldo's in the team, they play better?
Well, in the Man U team?
Yeah.
No, because I feel like Man U are shit. Period.
No, I
do believe they improve. Yes, they play Garnacho. They play Garnacho to start, and him and Ronaldo, 100%. The team improves.
Ronaldo
5 times amount, 100%. You tell me that young Garnacho guy.
I'm not saying he wouldn't.
He flies down the wing, ball for Ronaldo header. That happens all day long. I'm telling you, that man improves teams when he goes into it. You'll see it this World Cup, right? I guarantee you he has a fucking an unbelievable World Cup.
I genuinely think Portugal might fuck it really early on.
You think so?
Yeah. So I'm not saying it's Ronaldo. I'm not saying it's Ronaldo's fault that it happens. I'm just saying that.
Look, you're talking this Messi fanboy stuff.
I'm not.
Absolutely are.
I'm not. No, don't. No.
The fact Messi's in your squad.
He literally has had a great season so far.
The fact Messi is in your squad.
He's had a great season so far.
Tell
me right now.
Is it a Farmers League?
Ronaldo scored 1 goal.
Who was the Man U's top goal scorer last season?
Yeah, Ronaldo.
How many goals did he get in the
18.
How many did he get in Champions League?
I don't remember.
6. 24 goals in the one season. He was 2 behind Son and Salah or whatever.
Yeah.
In a Man United squad that was absolutely fucking terrible. Harry Maguire as their captain, an embarrassment. Fucking Varane on the bench because they literally didn't know what they were doing, and he still dragged them through the fucking absolute scruff of the net. He dragged them through. I'm
not saying he didn't do well then. He absolutely had a great season.
He would have done the exact same this year.
He wouldn't have.
If he had been given
the manager literally plays in a way that does not suit him. And at that point then, you can't do... What are you going to do? You're going to make fucking 38-year-old Ronaldo play 40 games this season and also press like a fucking human son. He won't do it. He physically cannot do it.
Shit. Right?
Yes, I'm not saying they are.
So the style of football that Ten Hag, you claim to see that Ronaldo's no on board with, Isn't it
He
the
literally
reason,
he does not press.
is not the reason Man United are in the dumps, and is no reason and Ronaldo's not playing.
Well, why are they doing better than this? Even with Ronaldo's 24 goals or whatever he got last season, then why are they doing better this season than the last season when he was in the team scoring all these goals? Because as a team, they're playing better without him.
No, because naturally, other players have improved this year.
Yeah, which means, guess what? As a team, they're playing better.
No. Folk like Garnacho's came into the squad.
Right.
Martial's came back to a bit of form.
He hasn't played 8 weeks.
That's no Ten Hag. Rashford looks like he can actually kick a ball again. David De Gea's improved massively because he trusts the defence ever so slightly more. Some would say he was unfortunate to be left out of the squad. I would disagree.
So you, hold on now. So you're genuinely saying to me, right? You think 38-year-old Ronaldo can play 40 games a season and can...
No, he doesn't need to play every game.
No, he does, because you see him, he throws a fucking temper tantrum if he doesn't play every game a season.
He doesn't need to play every game. But what you need to understand is you're talking about a serial winner that's and came into a team which he knew wasn't doing well. He took that challenge upon himself. He had an outrageous first season, and it's got worse since Ten Hag came in from a training point of view, from a...
How's it gone worse? They're literally...
No, for him, I'm saying, for him.
Oh, right.
No, as a team performance-wise. But Man United are still in a shit spot, regardless of what way you sugarcoat it. Like, they're not playing great, like, in any stretch of the imagination. But what I'm saying to you, 24 goals this season for Ronaldo, they would be in a better spot than what they are right now. And I feel like he does improve that squad.
I'm not, don't get me wrong, I still think if he wasn't fucking whining, I think it'd be great to have around the squad. Don't try, like, do you remember the whole no one's bigger than the club sort of like mentality?
And it is bigger than the club. Like, the be all and end of it is the man is bigger than that club. Granted, if a player in my club was acting like he was bigger than the club, fuck you. But he is bigger than that club. You talk about the most followed man on Instagram. You talk about the most famous athlete ever to live.
Yeah, and he's done an incredible job, but the unfortunate thing is I think it's now obvious. And don't get me wrong, I still think he could do it at a Champions League level club. I just don't think that he's right for Man United anymore.
I'm telling you, watch World Cup. Ronaldo's going to...
How many goals does he score this World Cup? Tell me right now. I'm telling you, he doesn't get above 2 goals this World Cup. Telling you right now, if he's to score, he doesn't get above 2.
He gets 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Give me a number now then, come on.
6.
6, right. And I'm saying 2. That's the first bet that we'll have.
You're foolish. You're talking about the best player on the planet.
The best player with 1 goal this season. Alright, let's see that.
Foolish, man, honestly. Foolish. Ronaldo is going to light up the World Cup. I'm telling you that. Do you know think Portugal's going all the way?
No.
Really? Even with the squad they've got?
Nah. I was impressed with them at Euro 2020. They struggled to get through their group. They've struggled in qualifying for the last 2 years.
And I know did they not create the most chances this year?
Yeah, but they also conceded a stupid amount in the first second.
I think you're heavily underestimating them.
I'll see when I win my 4th prediction in a row.
You'll know.
Anyway, enough talk about that jumped up 40-year-old shite. Let's finish off this World Cup 11, shall we?
Yeah.
So shall we take out Trippier for Cancelo?
Yes. We're going to remove Kieran Trippier from right back, and we're going to replace him with João Cancelo of Portugal.
So what, you want the front three then to be Ronnie, Lewandowski, Messi?
Well, we can't because we just took Cancelo.
Yeah, true, yeah.
So I'll happily go with Son, Messi and...
Son, Messi, Lewa. Yeah. Alright then, so, that was surprisingly easier to agree than I thought it would be.
Can't wait till Dylan has to clip all this down and put it on.
Yeah, I'll be fun
That's
for
going to be a...
Well, we'll go through it quickly so you can do it.
Yeah.
So, sitting chance combined 11 for the World Cup are Alisson, Cancelo, Virgil van Dijk, Rudiger, Theo Hernandez, Thomas Partey, KDB, Pedri, Messi, Lewandowski, Son. Boom.
Yes, happy with that.
Happy days. Okay, let's get into the official nitty gritty of this, because that's bet part one as such. But
That's a wee, tip in teaser right there.
For a long time watchers of the Sitting and Chatting podcast, you'll know that when it comes to things like football, me and Jamie can be a wee bit competitive. And as such, we've had quite a few bets on the podcast before.
You're competitive.
Specifically 3. How many have you won, Jamie?
Easily 50%.
0, right. So I've won 3 in a row. Remember that? 3.
This is
Jamie's
what's
won 0, okay? And this one thinks he knows ball.
This
3,
is what he's
0.
claiming. He's claiming.
3, 0.
Claim.
3, 0. So,
he claims.
Jamie, the way we're going to do it is then, we have got... Well, do you either want... Well, so we're going to have our predictions of the groups. We're then going to have as well winner, top goal scorer, top assist, gold glove, golden boy, and golden ball. Okay? Yep. Now, would you prefer to do the shorter predictions first or the groups first?
We'll get the groups out of the way.
Okay, so Group A...
Are you doing just top 2 or are you doing the full 4?
I mean, I'm down to do a full 4.
Okay.
Right, so the way we'll do it is then...
So World Cup, Group A.
Yeah.
Go first place to fourth place.
First place to fourth place. I have got Netherlands, Senegal, Qatar, Ecuador.
You're going Qatar over Ecuador.
Qatar won the Asian what's their equivalent of Euros again?
In Asia?
Yeah, they bet Japan recently to win that.
Fuck those.
But anyway, they've won an international tournament, so plus it's their home soil, I think they're probably going to do better.
Yeah, I'm going to go Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador, Qatar.
Oh, the big man thinks they can do different.
That's not best choice, to be honest.
So what we're saying as well, 2 points if you get a prediction exactly right,
okay.
And 1 point if they qualify as such.
Okay.
Group B, I have got in my order England, America, Iran, Wales. Fuck the Welsh. Try to steal Aberdeen's one thing they've got.
Right, it's England. It's going to be England, Wales, USA, Iran.
Do Wales even have any good players anymore? We saw Aaron Ramsey when he played for Hughes. Fucking hell.
He's shit for that. Anyway.
Exactly, that's the point. And these won their better ones.
So England, Wales.
I genuinely, honest to God, I think Wales are going to be fucking shocking at this. Honestly, believe. And Joe is, I reckon they'll play well against England. I reckon against the other two teams they get not played off the park, but I reckon they'll lose.
Well, we'll see. That was a Group B predictions of
Group C.
I'll go first for the next two.
Yeah.
Right. Just so you know, I don't think I'm copying you. I'm going against Sheffield. So I'm going to go in this group. The way I'm going is Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia.
Exactly the same.
Of course it was.
Of course it was. That's how I've written down.
So Group D predictions for myself. I've went with France, Denmark, Australia, then Tunisia.
Denmark, France, Australia, Tunisia.
Yeah, Denmark's overtaking France.
There's a couple of reasons I was so tempted to put them out of it.
What, at the group?
Just because, have you seen in the last 3 years the World Cup curse for the previous winner?
Yeah.
Where all the last 3 World Cups, the previous year's winners haven't gone out of the group stage. I was like, I looked at the strength of the group and I'm like, sure, there's no way France
Man believes in myths. But
I do.
Fair enough, that was our Group D. Right, Group E and F when you go, young man.
Group E and F, right. E, I'm going with Germany, Spain, Japan, Costa Rica.
I'm the same.
Exactly, yeah. Group F, I'm Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Morocco.
I'm the exact same as well.
Fairness.
I feel like they two were a stick on, to be honest.
They are reasonably easy, yeah. I mean, Group E, you might have swapped between Germany and Spain, but I don't think there's much in it, to be fair.
Right, Group G, I went with Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, Cameroon.
I went Brazil, Serbia, Cameroon, Switzerland.
Fair enough.
Which, in hindsight, might have been a terrible idea because it turns out Switzerland conceded the least amount of goals in qualifying.
Defensively, would have been amazing.
But right,
and Akanji's only been so much better at Man City.
Mystic Marvin here, I reckon, backs me up.
In Group H,
Final one.
My one is I went with Portugal. No, sorry. Uruguay, Portugal, South Korea, Ghana.
So all this talk about Ronaldo and you've not even put their top of the group.
No.
Uruguay, Portugal, South Korea, Ghana as well.
So you went the exact same?
Yeah. I didn't say they wouldn't get out of the group.
Fuck it, you pretty much did, you
I
bastard.
Yeah. And then I'm saying round 16 tops.
Fair enough. Well, that's
honestly though, like we're pretty close for some of them. There's not too many massive differences we've got. I think
Group H was.
I think Group G's the only one with a massive difference that we've gone 2 places in between, and Group B with Wales as well.
That's true.
Right. So, Jamie, who are your World Cup 2022 winners? Winners. Brazil. Sensible choice. Biki's favourites.
It was going to be Portugal, but I just can't see them winning it. But Brazil is a team.
I'm going for my heart, and this will come back to bite me. I know it. Argentina.
It's what you wish is going to happen.
It is what I wish, but there is a wee bit of. They're three off the international record for going undefeated. Last time they lost was in 2018.
They play South American sides, man. Fucking
Brazil is one of them, which they bet the last time they faced.
Get a fucking grip here, right? They fucking get a
bet Italy in the final.
Hosted it in the last fucking 16. Simple as that.
If I did say there is,
golden boy Messi is getting fucked out of the cup.
I did see if Argentina finished first and France finished second in the group. That's how they'll play. And I'm just like, oh no, that'll be bad. So
you're firmly in the belief that football's not coming home then, no?
Well, because I wouldn't even put an English player in our combined 11.
Well, we did, but then we removed
them then. We realised, there are actually.
I mean, what we're going to do, put Calvin Phillips at fucking CDM, do you know what I mean? We're ridiculously stupid, do you know what I mean? To be fair, one English player, you had to select one. Who would you select?
If I could pick any of them.
Any of them that go in any position.
Trent.
Excluding Natford.
Who would I pick? At the moment, you'd maybe make an argument for Saka, but probably Declan Rice, I suppose.
Declan Rice would have been last year.
We could have actually put Rice at CDM, but we've committed now.
The only other player, as much as I fucking hate the greasy wee cunt, Phil Foden.
I hate him too much.
I hate him, but he's playing pretty good.
Such a wee chav.
He is not. I fucking forgot him said that. Alright, so my winners.
Brazil. Okay, so Brazil. I mean, Bookie's favourites, makes sense.
My World Cup winner,
Brazil. Think of all these years as well, you slagged off Neymar, you're going to see him lift the trophy as well.
Yeah, we're a bit hopey. What, who's your winners then?
I've said Argentina.
You committed to that?
Yeah, I'm committed. I've wrote it down. It's prepped, mate. It's on the bit of paper. Right, top goal scorers. I'll be honest, right, this is a bit of a flip of a coin for me.
So, World Cup top goal scorer.
Got Mbappe. See, I really can't in my head decide if either France are going to get knocked out in the first round or they're going to go all the way.
That's your worst prediction yet.
That's a solid one. Who are you going for then? I swear to God, if you say Ronaldo.
Did you see his last fucking tournament?
It was fine. See his last World Cup. It was great.
That's amazing for you.
It's class. It'll come back to.
My top goal scorer.
Don't you fucking say it.
Neymar.
I
think he's going to have a blinder.
I could actually see him getting maybe the golden ball. I don't know what it is. I just don't see him. I suppose he has scored quite a lot recently, but
I'm going with him. I think he's in an array of exceptional form.
Yes, he's arguably the best player on the planet at the moment.
Aye, I'm sticking with Neymar. I feel like he's. It's funny because I feel like it's took him to he's like 28, 29 to grow up, and he's got to a point now where he's so technically gifted and skillful, and he can use it to actually benefit the way he plays now. Whereas beforehand, fucking when he first went to France, mind the first thing he done was like take it on his back and then run away for the player. Like it was a showboat and wee fud. But see now, he's so good. Like he's assisting the Champions League for Mbappe.
Yeah.
It's fucking immense. It's world class, and I feel like it's a no-brainer. I feel like Neymar's going to get a serious amount of goals. I think he could like seriously break records with goals. Like I think he's got it in his locker, you know. My other one, I was swithering between him and Benzema because I feel like Benzema's going to have a great tournament as well. But it just depends if France score, because obviously I'm a bit like you. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
I don't know if they're going to collapse or if they're going to descend.
Hopefully.
Top assist.
I was swithering with Kevin De Bruyne because I feel like the man's just a fucking absolute machine. He's gifted.
I was as well swithering. Done me wonders in previous predictions.
Yeah, so I was swithering, but I stuck based on my Brazilian situation. I went with Vinny Junior.
See, I went Neymar.
I rate that for you, to be fair, because he does assist a lot.
Yeah.
I was swithering between the two because I thought Vinny could have been up there with goals because he gets himself in good positions.
I think though Neymar, I think they're going to do the dumb thing and play Richarlison up front. But so I think Neymar's just going to play slightly behind.
I feel like Vinny plays though.
Oh yeah, no, he does. But
they're both left wingers, so
I think Neymar's going to end up playing Cam
in the middle.
I think that'll do him wonders for assists. I think he'll get loads of assists as a result. Golden Glove.
Rogue choices, by the way. I love that first. Rogue choices.
Been different, you know.
We're
back in the South African. South
close enough.
South America.
Just around the corner, innit? My World Cup Golden Glove winner for the Qatar World Cup 2022.
Yeah.
Is
best goalkeeper in the world by any chance? So you've all gone Brazil beforehand.
That's tough. See, because right, okay, I'm gonna commit to it. Courtois. I'm gonna commit to it. Because what you bear in mind here, right?
And that is your newest prediction.
No, hear me out.
Okay.
He's got Canada, Morocco, Croatia to deal with in the groups.
He might get clean sheets against all three.
3 clean sheets in the group, right? 1 in the next round. No many teams are going to compete to that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Brazil, however, have got Switzerland, Cameroon, and Serbia. They two middle teams, Serbia and Switzerland, are very, very scary going forward. They score a fair amount of goals. Switzerland's defence, they've got fucking Zakaria.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They can't even get in for Chelsea.
Akanji, like their defence is solid. It's going to be annoying for teams to come up. Like you think about Brazil, struggling to get past Switzerland, hit them on the break. It's going to be tough. Serbia, just a ridiculous fucking like. They always score goals, and I don't know how because fucking Mitrovic's fair, isn't he? So, and Cameroon's just a wee dark horse to be honest. I think they could score a few goals just out of nowhere.
I respect it. I am still going for the best goalkeeper in the world.
What if Ederson gets the nod?
Then
how are you going to feel? You're going to look at that right now.
Because
that's a tough call for the manager to make.
Coach, I feel if Tite decides to pick, think
about it though, right? Logically, taking your aside, do you actually think Alisson's going to play number 1?
Yeah.
Honestly,
just simply because I know he's played number 1 the last few games. I think that
really?
Be, yeah. So I think that's the only reason
why.
I
think it'll be that's a tough
I'm not trying. As much as I think that Alisson's much better than Ederson, I know it's actually tough.
He's better. He's not much better.
That much better. But he's. I'm just telling you though, any fucking one-on-one opportunity that Alisson has, I always back him to save it. I don't do that with any other goalkeeper in the world. Maybe Courtois a push, but I don't do that with anyone else.
See, the only I don't feel like there's any other groups, having looked at them again, there's any other goalkeeper I feel that would be confident in getting the glove. Like, Argentina's got Poland to deal with, and Mexico. France have got
Yeah.
Denmark and Australia. England's got fucking USA
Yeah.
and Wales, Iran. Like, that's tough. Like,
And they have Harry Maguire playing centre.
this is true. Germany, Spain, Japan. That's a fucking tough group. Period. So I feel like your two decisions are logical.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've went based on how I think the group games are going to go.
That's fair, nah.
Because I feel like whoever wins this Golden Glove one is winning it in the groups.
Yeah, nah, that's probably fair.
Because their 3 games are make or break in it, you know what I mean? That's my Golden Glove, so I'm going with Courtois, and you went with Alisson Becker.
Yeah. And Golden Boy.
What's the age bracket with this? Is it under
Up to
23?
21.
Oh, is that, oh, fuck me. Right.
Yeah, it's young.
Fucking hell, that's young. Who's even under that this year, man? Is it
I've-
Pedri's over 20?
No, Pedri's under. He can
Right,
count,
okay.
yeah.
So Pedri and is Vinny Jr. under 21?
I think it might be 21, so I'm not sure if he counts or not for it. Either way, I'm going Jamal Musiala. I think he's got a strong. I think he'll probably start for Germany,
Really?
and I'm like, yeah, I think he will do, and I think unlike maybe I think Pedri's overall games maybe actually better than Musiala's. But I could see Musiala maybe getting a goal or assist here or there. That would probably bump him up in people's rankings of him.
No, I'm going to stick with Pedri. I'm going to go safe.
Pedri, yeah.
I'm going to go safe.
And finally, Golden Ball, best player tournament. Who are you going for?
This is tough because if your team gets horsed at early doors, you're
Yeah.
at the shitter. Gonna go with Neymar.
Yeah, well, I think it's a safe bet. And I'm going for his Paris Saint-Germain compatriot, Lionel Messi. There is a wee bit of like thinking to this. No, there is, because one I
Here's
feel
what
like
you thought. Messi, and you're fucking chosen for everything that he's never going to win.
I didn't pick him for anything other than Golden Ball.
You picked him in the
Winners.
fucking starting 11 for the World
Because
Cup.
I mean, it's the best player ever, but and he's on form. But my thinking is here, right? See, even if he gets to a final, right, or say he gets to the semi-final or final, right, I reckon, right, the wise and heads at FIFA, right, because they'll know it's going to be his last World Cup, so to appease the fans if he gets dumped out, they'll give it to him to make people happier about that.
What if he's genuinely shite?
If he's genuinely shite, then they won't obviously give it to him, but
I can't see. I feel like you've been ludicrous.
maybe. And don't get me wrong, there's a part of it that's hard, but genuinely, I think there's a reason as to why they go far this year. I do agree with you. I think there's potentially more
Their
chances.
team is shit.
What do you mean their team is shit?
Their whole front 5 are pish. And the midfield couldn't at least boots the other fucking players in the other teams.
I think you'll be surprised when you see him.
Do you have another goalkeeper?
It'll be Emi Martinez.
Enough said.
Top quality.
Aston Villa.
Best player in
Aston
Villa.
Villa. Couldn't even keep Gerrard on his own. Embarrassing.
Gerrard couldn't keep himself.
Back four.
It'll be Romero, Martinez, Acuna, and I don't know who the right back will be, to be fair.
So, Acuna, grant you.
So, yeah.
Romero's garbage. Like, literally shit. Can't even get a game for Tottenham. Garbage.
He's the main centre back.
Pish. Is he fuck?
I swear it
The
is.
fucking mad cunt they just bought is the prime centre back. What's his name? Clement Longley. And he plays alongside Davison Sanchez.
No, that's just because fucking Finney's injured. Anyway, point being.
What do you mean you're a fucking fuck?
Point being is, I'm going to be right. I'm slightly worried about this one, but even if I'm not, it's still 3-1. That's important. It's still 3-1.
You're honestly ludicrous, man. Ludicrous. Well, I'm excited. Our predictions are in.
They are.
They'll be available to view here, TikTok, for any listeners.
Let's get Dylan to upload the previous ones of mine up to TikTok.
It's fucking stupid. No, we're 5 days away. I'm excited.
I am as well.
It'll be good to catch a couple of games together.
It will be.
Maybe even do a wee fucking live podcast, right? You know.
That would go horrifically, but yeah.
No, this is true. But no, I'm excited.
Yeah. As well.
Who knows what we'll conjure up? Whether we'll be in a podcast with a game on the background, even just chatting shite watching the game. Be a bit True Geordie style. We'll not talk about him, he's controversial at the moment. But we'll nab his idea while he's down in the dumps. But no, who knows? It's the first proper World Cup that we're primal sitting chatting. So
indeed.
So a good idea for you to get this in before the World Cup. It's got 5 days to edit and upload it. Jenky will manage it.
Of course.
If Qatar and Ecuador's
my plan is Thursday. I'm sweating out and uploading it.
Here's a challenge. I want to see how many people would actually listen on YouTube. If this podcast is up before the Ecuador Qatar game, leave a comment saying Liam with the dub. Or just W's in the chat.
Yeah, that's always
W's in the comment section. See if you manage to.
I know. I mean,
I'll leave you before.
I mean, you should do. I mean, I've done a full year of doing these on time.
You did.
And then
fail with the last one. The
last one was a wee bit late.
We recorded it in fucking June.
No, we didn't. No, you're harsh. Right. Anything else you add?
No, I mean, no. There's no other raving topics that are kicking out in the world of.
No, nothing.
World Cup.
Yep, it's pretty much. I'll be glued to my seat watching that entire time. But yeah, it's what to look forward to. Yeah, don't know when we'll be back next because we don't plan these anymore. But hopefully, it will be a guest next time. We realise it's been a while since
we've got a couple of guests lined up. So
that's news to me.
There's every chance we'll have one person.
Well, I'm not excited, but until then, I suppose I've been Liam Whyte.
I've been Jim Allan.
I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
We talk football and current events, sitting and chatting with the very best guests. We're two Scottish boys and we're loving it. So if you like witty banter, check the former #1 podcast on iTunes. Sitting and chatting.